Lewis Smith did not become a member of the Charleston County School Board last week, but now he too wants to focus on other initiatives. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with him one-on-one. Lewis, it is so good to see you.
Yeah, it's really nice seeing you again, Quintin.
I really appreciate this.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me take you back to November 12th. You actually posted the following on Facebook, quote, "The revolution has begun, Dorchester District 2. As we sit here right now, Lewis, who, what, when, where, why, and how?"
Okay, in Dorchester District 2, as you know, we've been fighting for single-member districts now for the last 10 years. On that board, they have 7 board members, and on that board, there's absolutely no minority on the board. And the minority population is 32%. And we feel that we need that representation. We need somebody that's from our culture to give them guidelines on how to deal with our children. For example, in the last, a couple weeks ago, they expelled approximately 9 students because of sugar candy. That's right, Kool-Aid and sugar. And this is a permanent record on those children. I hope we can get that expunged. But this is what we are calling school to the prison pipeline.
Right.
And as you know, my life is dedicated to stopping that process. We are losing too many of our children to the school to the prison pipeline. And this is one of the reasons we need somebody in those meetings and boards that look like us, that tell them how we communicate and therefore alleviate some of the problems that we have in the schools.
Let me move from Dorchester County to North Charleston.
Okay.
You actually said this on November 10th. I am at the North Charleston City Council meeting. They are actually going to vote on Citizen Advisory Board. They lied to the people. Tell me how.
Okay, good. I'm glad you asked that question. They've been working on the Citizenry Advisory thing for approximately 15 months.
Right.
And they had several meetings, and at every meeting, the citizens rised up and say, "This is not what we want. We want something with teeth. We want something that would give the people an opportunity to work with this. We want subpoena power. We want a document that have teeth and coming from bottom up." The North Charleston City Council decided to do something top bottom, and they had the final product to be presented at Royal Missionary Baptist Church, and they held out the hard copies until 2 days before the meeting, and they have 46 civic associations which should have had those things, had that document in hand, so they can go and review it and cut it up and then report. Now, if we fast forward to the meeting they had at Royal Missionary Baptist Church, they presented the proposal. People did not like it. People walked out. In fact, 2 council members said that they were going to table it. They were going to send it back to committee.
I believe Michael Brown.
Michael Brown and King.
Right.
Said that specifically.
Right.
So we felt, we meaning the ACLU, the North Charleston NAACP,
right,
the NAACP Legal Defense Fund,
right,
and the Community Resource Center really believed that they were going to table it and send it back to the committee. It didn't happen. They did a fast one. I won't say fast one, but they know that we didn't have enough time to organize for that meeting, and they actually voted on it unanimously.
Wow.
And the rationale they gave was really not a good, sound rationale. They say that we've been through this process so long, and we know this is an imperfect document, that we can tweak it as we go along. This is totally unacceptable. They lied to the people because they said it was going to be tabled. I think Mayor Sunny has gone, and his regime has gone too far, and they need to come back and give the people some say in what's going on in our community.
Well, let me move from North Charleston to 75 Calhoun Street and talk about the recent election, that is, because you said this on November 9th.
Good.
Facebook family, Team Lewis Smith lost the election. In fact, we got our butt whipped. I would like to congratulate the winners and offer my prayers to you. I must admit, on this morning, I have a deep gash in my progressive soul. I will stitch it up without anesthesia, for I must bear this pain. I will heal. I know in the very depth of my soul, I will come back. I truly believe that I am ordained by God to lift up the disenfranchised and downtrodden. I will be a progressive warrior until the day I die. A couple things stuck out to me.
Please.
First and foremost, what are your prayers to the winners?
My prayers to the winners is number one. They have a sacred duty given to them by the people. And we have a government by the people and for the people. And I hope they realize that there's a lot of children out there that's not happy. A lot of minority children that have some serious issues. I hope they realize that a lot of the minority children come to school hungry.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't have a family per
Right.
se. The family structure is totally dysfunctional. You have a mom and daddy because of the economic situation that we have in this area that has to work 2 to 3 jobs just to put food on their table. So don't have time to work with those children. And on top of that, they're in a very racist structure. So as a result, our children are under undue pressure to survive and not only get an education. And so as a result, they've got a sacred responsibility to understand that. And I'm saying all this so they can stop the school to prison pipeline. And we have to look at the cultural uniqueness that exists here in Charleston, South Carolina.
Obviously, you're hard at work trying to end the school prison pipeline. That is, I hope I said it right. Obviously, you're involved with Citizens Advisory Board, if I can talk, and also, of course, the Community Resource Center. But what's next for Lewis Smith?
Well, what's next for Lewis Smith? I think Lewis Smith is going to be singling out one issue, and he's going to be fighting for the single-member districts in Dorchester District 2. And he's going to work with that very diligently and hard so that can come to fruition.
Okay.
And like my kids want me to just go to Florida and sit back and relax and enjoy. But there's too many issues. I appreciate God to give me the health at my age. I appreciate God to give me the monetary means that I have so I can do my work.
Okay.
But I truly believe I am ordained by God to be a social justice advocate. And once that's in your blood, it's very, very hard to let it go.
Well, Lewis Smith, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Okay, enjoy it.
Thank you.